Hello my lovely friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Patty. I go by Pattymac Makes everywhere online. In today's video, I wanted to show you a couple of really fun things that I just purchased, and then I'm going to show you my thoughts on what I want to use these purchases to make. One of the purchases is from my old favorite, Fat Quarter Shop. You know I love Fat Quarter Shop. I'm also an affiliate with Fat Quarter Shop, so if you make a purchase using one of my links, oh, hold on, that's, okay, that's the bread in my oven, so hold on, I gotta go pull that out. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So let me just very quickly tell you this. So I'm on this kick of really wanting to cut out the additives and the crap in the food. I'm on a kick for other things too, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But I'll just tell you, I'm really trying to cut out some of the fillers and the gums and the preservatives. I'm just tired of it. I don't want that gunk anymore. So I've been making yogurt, and I started baking bread. I was like, all right, let me just try it out, because we were out of it. And I thought, you know, I really want to just try to use our food storage and stay out of the grocery store as much as possible for like the next few months, and just see what we can do with me making everything. This is why I don't have so many videos for you, because when you start making all of your own stuff, it's time consuming, but it's so much better. So let me tell you about this bread just real fast. It's called Miracle No Knead Bread. And if you just look that up on Google, a bunch of recipes will come up, and you know, they're a little bit different, but you know, just pick one. I use the one from Pinch of Yum. I generally like Lindsay's recipes and videos and blog posts and whatever. So I started with hers. You know, I've adjusted it so that it works better with my oven. I will do a blog post on making the bread. It's like, it's unbelievable. When we're finished with this today, or when we're finished with this video, I'll put footage on at the end so that you can see what this thing looks like, because I can't believe I'm making this. Okay, let's get back on task. Okay, who did I buy from? I bought from Fat Quarter Shop, which I mentioned to you earlier. I'm an affiliate, so if you purchase from them using one of my links, then I do get a small commission. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps the channel. This stuff I bought myself. They are not sending me anything. I'm buying my own stuff with my own money, so you know, it's my dime. But I thought you might enjoy seeing it. Okay, without further ado, let's look at what I got. Okay, we're back, and I flipped the camera around, and here's the two packages. And I think we'll open this one first. So this is the Maker Valley, and this is the Fat Quarter Shop. So we'll just put that over there to the side. And so this Maker Valley, she is out of Provo, Utah. It's very interesting. So she's out of Utah, and Fat Quarter Shop is in Texas. So these my fabric purchases are better traveled than I am. But you know what? I'm okay about that. I really have like zero interest in traveling. So, okay, here we go. Okay. Sorry, that was my neighbor coming over to visit. And, you know, when you work at home like this, people just drop by all the time, and you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so I bought two things from Maker Valley, and she had a couple of things that I thought were really cool that I hadn't seen before. And the smaller one here, you may or may not recognize it right away. This is what I got, and this is called the Tomato Fat Quarter Bundle. And some of these smaller shops, what they do is they make their own bundles, which I guess Kimberly does that also. But, you know, when you buy When you buy from the larger quilt shops, or I should say, when the fabric companies put out their collections, they do their fat quarter bundles, and it's usually, you know, one cut of each print in the collection. And what I've noticed in these smaller shops, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, they just come up with their own thing of putting stuff together. And so this was one that she put together called Tomato, and it's from that line from Ruby Star. And I like it so much because I garden and I grow a lot of tomatoes, and I can and freeze everything that we don't eat. And I'm still actually using some of my frozen tomatoes from last year. So I loved this, and let me see, I think it was like just $13, which I didn't think was bad. So $13, it's 4 cuts, and I have in mind that I want to make, probably just do an abbreviated version, but Ruby Star has their own little canning design of a quilt, and it's so cute. And of course this is perfect to put into your canning jars. The tomatoes, right? So if I wanted to, I could just do like a wall hanging with 4 of the tomatoes. I think that would be really super cute. Maker Vally sells this as a kit, and I'll just pull it up so you can see it. And she calls this one her Pretty in Pink Patchwork Quilt Kit. So the kit includes 45 different fabrics cut in 5x21 strips from a variety of fabric lines. Each strip is intended to be subcut into 4 5-inch squares with a total of 180 5-inch squares. It'll make 12 columns and 15 rows. A patchwork quilt, 54 by 67.5. Perfect patchwork throw size. I'm not going to use it for that. I loved the, she showed one that she made on her Instagram, and I really liked it. That was not my thought process of what I wanted to do with it. But I think it's a great idea. I mean, you're basically cutting down your own charms. If you have headphones on and listening, I'm so sorry for all of that. We're not going to go through all of them because it is a lot of fabrics, but it's such a nice mix of pinks and golds. And I like it because you can just try all of these different things. It's so pretty. That's what I like about fat quarters and the charm packs and layer cakes and all of that, is you get to see a collection. This is that Terrytown with the little turtles, and that was the cutest fabric. I used all of that. Oh, I have used this too. I used it in my my envelope quilt, which is on my bed. I still haven't figured out how to get a good picture of it, so anyway. Oh, that's cute. That's like little wizards or something. So, oh gosh, this is really cool. I'll tell you, I was interested in getting it because of the variety of pinks. I really like pink. And I do have something very, very specific that I want to make. And she's got a lot of pinks and golds, and there's a lot of Ruby Star in here. So, of course, that immediately gets my attention. Oh, I haven't seen that. That's Kimberly Kite. That's also Ruby Star. I've never seen that one. Oh, that's cute with little carousel horses. Anyway. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of them because we'll be here all day. But let's just suffice it to say this is a fun little collection. So we're going to put it to the side, and let's see what I got from Fat Quarter Shop, and then I'll show you how I'm going to use the kit with what I got from Fat Quarter Shop and what it's going to go into. Okay. I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute because I'm trying to hurry up. Even though when I'm trying to hurry up, I'm still really slow. It's so frustrating. Okay, here we go. Into the box. And no, that's not my sewing scissors. Those are my utility scissors. Okay, and right on top, oh, look at that. More pinks. And then this is going to have, we should probably, yeah, it's all in one. Put that to the side. Okay. Get that out of our way. So we'll look at this one first. So this is a bundle called the Sweetheart Bella Solids Fat Quarter Bundle. So this is curated by Fat Quarter Shop. So this is something that they put together. So similar to the little tomato kit, this is a kit that they put together as coordinating prints for, they're calling it Sweethearts. So I'm assuming the thought process was to use it as a Valentine thing. Well, I have something else in mind for it. And I'll show you that now. I'll show you that before we go on to the next one. So my thought was these could all go together. And you know, I could see even using that one, which would be kind of funny if I did. And this is the quilt pattern that I came up with. And it's basically the throw size. It's 64 by 80. So that might actually be like a twin size. That's pretty big when it's done. I was able to add some size onto it by doing double borders, and then actually it's triple borders because you've got an inner and two outer. But I liked how it added. So my thoughts were that I would use from this bundle, and I'll probably add some other in there because there's some purplish tones in here that I could add to. Use this to construct the berry itself, and it's all hourglass blocks and then some half square triangles. And use from here these strips to cut this part, right? So I made this outer border or a patchwork border 5 inches wide. So I thought, well, I can just some cut from here to make that. I mean, I just think that'll be so cool. Okay, so that was from Fat Quarter Shop. This is kind of a big piece. I bought these things because Kimberly, well, not personally, but Fat Quarter Shop sent me a 20% off coupon. And it was like, oh, you haven't bought anything in a while, which is kind of nice they do that. It's like if you don't buy from them in a while, they'll send you something that says, hey, you haven't bought from us in a while, so here's 20% off. Okay. So I'll buy something. So I got all of these. It's a brown, and some of these I could probably use in the strawberry also. So these went together. The brown, the gold, this little peach, and then in this pile, this little like cross stitch type blender, and an orange. And those are all that's in there. And I couldn't resist this. I have looked at this print. It's called Meander. I've looked at it for years. I'm not kidding you, years. And there was years ago a woman that had actually a knitting podcast, and she made a blouse, her dress. I think she made a dress, and she called it Fox and Foxgloves. She had the version of this that was the dark blue. You can't get that anymore, but they still had this peachy version, and I thought, oh, I love that. So I got it. I love foxes, and I got it to make this quilt. And this is some pretty complicated piecing, so we'll see how I do with that. But my thought was, this would be this part. And of course, this orange for the fox. That's really bright. Oh my Lord. It looks like, I don't know if you're familiar or not with what the hunting colors look like. That's what it looks like. It might be a little too orange. It's a little orange. Anyway, you won't miss it, that's for sure. And then browns for the nose and the tips of the ears. And the gold, which is like here. I was sort of, I couldn't decide if I wanted to go with the gold or if I wanted to go with the peach. So I thought, well, I'll just get them both. And when it comes in, I'll see what I like with what. But that's really pretty. And you know, that takes some of the bright out of that orange when I put it next to that. And then there's the peach. You know, I think I prefer that. That's one of the things that's difficult about picking your colors when you're looking at a computer screen and you're working off of an illustration like that as your reference. It's a bit of a challenge. But anyway, that's what I got this for. And there's a lot of fabric in here. I was kind of surprised. Let's see, it winds up being, hold on. Let's see, I got, this is a Lori Holt, by the way. So, this is called, sorry, distracted, cross stitch pewter, 2 yards. This is called Mango from Bella Solids. I got 2 yards of that. The Meander Foxes, this is Blush. I got 2 yards of that. And then in here, this is called Soil. The brown. Oops. Soil. And this is called Wheat. And this is called Peach Blossom. So, and these are 1 yards each. So I end up getting 2, 4, 6, 7. Whoa. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards. Holy cow. So this is 9 yards of fabric. Plus the fat quarter bundle, and I don't know how much yardage is in the fat quarter bundle, so I got a lot of fabric. I thought this would be really cute worked into here. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I haven't really decided. Maybe the little small squares I'll do from the foxes here. We'll see, but let me just show you. So this is written to have crib, extended crib, and throw size. And I have looked at this for months and months and months. And I think it was on sale or something, and that's why I got it. Look at the instructions. Oh my gosh. It's like, what? Oh Lord. So this is the fox. It's going to be very interesting. Here's like an overall. The instructions, I started looking at them, and what they do is like they have you cut each piece and then put each piece together. But I can tell you right now, when I'm in this part, I'm going to strip piece that and then subcut. This is the bigger one. Is that it? Yeah, that's the throw. So here's the throw. So the way that they add the size on is by putting out this additional piece out here and then an outer border. So, yeah, I will totally strip piece that. I'm not going to subcut all those little pieces because with the fox face, you have to subcut. So there's no way. You're going to have to cut all those little bitty pieces. There's the little one. They also have an owl and a raccoon. The owl was kind of funny. He looked a little startled. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's cute, but he looks a little bit startled. I thought, well, that's not very peaceful. So I went with the fox and that crazy orange. I don't know. I'll have to see if I'm going to like that orange or not. Anyway, oh my Lord. I mean, there's nothing difficult. It's just all those pieces. Oh my goodness gracious. Some of it I'm probably going to wind up like making it my own way in terms of like I'm going to do flying geese for all of that. It's just easier if I do this 4 at a time, flying geese. Anyway, it's yeah, it's no joke. So this will be something when I start on it, what I'll do is I'll just do it kind of like I've been working on with the other quilt that's in the bus box, the project box, the big one, the Bauhaus. I got kind of hung up on getting the curved piecing right. So that's the hang up there. I'm stuck on the curved piecing. I'm stuck on it because I changed the size. I went from 12 down to, or I went from 16 down to 12-inch blocks, which is easy for me to do when it's just half square triangle. Anything that's just like triangles and squares and stuff, that's really easy for me to size, but the curve is a little bit different. So anyway, that's where I got kind of hung up. And then getting the larger flying geese, that kind of hung me up a little bit. So I need to pick that one back up. But in the meantime, I got these pieces so that I have a project ready and waiting for me when I'm ready. I don't know, what do y'all think about that orange? Is it too much? It's really orange, oh my Lord. I'll have to think about that. Oh gosh, I might have to go back and get something a little more toned down. We'll put that to the side. So yeah, that's my haul. That's a good haul. I got all of that for that project, and then I got all of these for this project. This I'm going to make right away, and then these for that little canning jar. And I'm not gonna go dig that out right now. I don't think I have that printed anyway. That's a free pattern that you can find on the Moto website. So that's what we're doing. I don't know how much yardage I got with all of that. Okay, guys. This was really, I shot this with no plan. It was just, here we go. Turn the camera on and talk, and that's what we're doing. And this is what we have. And, you know, I really appreciate you guys kind of hanging out and sticking with me. And, you know, when I can upgrade the phone, that's going to help me a lot. I'm hoping I can do that in June. I've been saving the money away, and I will just tell you, it's looking like I'm going to be able to get a new sewing machine, which I'm really psyched about, and the phone. And my goal is that I can do both of those things next month. So fingers crossed. And yeah, if you're a praying person, I always am very happy to receive prayers and well wishes, because it really does help. And it's been kind of challenging around here recently. So anyway, that's what I have for you. I will link to the other, I'll link to Maker Vally for you, and then I will link over to this little fox quilt. You know, I don't even remember who I bought this from, which is kind of a shame. I don't remember now where I bought it, but there it is. If you search Little Fox Quilt, I'm sure you can find it. Some people have it, some people don't. So you might be able to get it as a PDF, but I like to have a printed pattern. I print so much stuff already. If I can get a nice printed pattern, that's what I do. They're worth it to me. Of course, for my patterns, they're all going to be PDF, because I do not have the budget behind me to be putting these out as printed pieces. That would just be totally out of my range to be able to do. You know, I love this wall hanging size, and the cat likes it. But you know, the piecing is so tiny, I think it would just make my head spin. So I'm going to go with the larger one. Okay, that's everything. Yeah, I sound like a crazy person on this video. I can hear myself, and I haven't even edited. And I sound like a crazy person. So yeah, if you enjoy listening to crazy sewing people, you've come to the right place. And you know, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you for more craziness soon. And I hope that you're well. And I hope that everything is good in your world, and that I hope that you're getting your gardens out and all of that. And that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you around YouTube. And until then, happy sewing and happy quilting, everyone. Okay, look, I want you to see the spread. So, I baked that. I was coming through. Yeah. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm going to get it out and let you really see it. But I've been letting it rest in the Dutch oven so it would finish baking inside, and this is crazy. So let me just tell you, this is the easiest recipe, but you got to have the Dutch oven. So let me pull it out so you can see it. So you got to be careful because that's still hot, but the paper doesn't hold together. It did when it was new, but anyway, look at this. It gets kind of, I guess because the oven is hot, so it's not as strong, but what they do, they knock on it. It sounds done to me. It's absolutely beautiful. It looks like an artisanal loaf that you would spend a fortune on. And it's called Miracle No Knead Bread. And truly the easiest bread I've ever made. I wouldn't say that I've completely worked out the recipe 100%. I'm still sort of figuring it out. You know, recipes are guidelines. You have to figure out the best way in your own kitchen. That's just the truth of the matter. You know, nothing is foolproof because weather conditions change. Everybody's cooking apparatus and utensils are different, so it's just the way it is. It's just life. If you're going to follow a recipe, I mean, certainly start with the recipe, see how it works, and then adjust it so that it works for your conditions. But anyway, you do have to have the Dutch oven, and they're expensive. So you can see I have a beautiful white enamel Dutch oven. This is from Lidl. 20 bucks, okay, 20, maybe 25, but I think I got it for 20. They put these out in the fall. So if you have Lidl where you are, you want to watch for when the cast iron Dutch ovens come back in. I think it's like October or November they come in. They are fantastic. I love them. I have a few different sizes. I'm not in love with the color. It's not really my first choice. However, the Le Creuset is like 300 bucks. So I'll take my $20 Lidl baker so that I can do my own bread for $20. That's worth it to me. Okay, now we're truly done. I'll see you next time.